Welcome to Lesson 6. Today we are going to be working with images. Images can set the tone for a site in less time than it takes to read a description. As you can see from these sites, the images really set the mood and tone. There are many things to consider when selecting and preparing images for your site. But if you take the time to get them right, you'll have an attractive and professional looking site. Images are subject to copyright, which means you can't just copy images from anywhere to put on your site. There are many stock photography sites where you can buy images or you can create your own. For this class, I encourage you to download any of the free images you may find at the following websites. For our lesson, we'll be using the World of Warcraft fan site kit. This allows us to use images and content from Blizzard. It's available at the following URLs. All the referred URLs will be provided for in the comment section of this video. On your website, you will probably store your images in a folder called Images. As your website grows, you may add more subfolders to help you better organize the images. Images are added with the IMG tag. They have a couple of attributes. The attribute SRC tells the source of the image. Alt provides a text description of the image when it cannot be seen. Title provides some more information. Most browsers show this as a tooltip. Height is the height to display the image in pixels. Width is the width in pixels. It's important to remember that height and width doesn't change the file size of your image. It just tells the browser how big to display it, meaning we can display a small image large or a large image small. You can place your images in a few places. Before a paragraph, inside the start of a paragraph, or in the middle of a paragraph. When you place an image before the paragraph starts on a new line after the image. Placing the image inside the start of the paragraph will cause the first row of text to align with the bottom of the image. Placing the image in the middle of the paragraph will cause the image to display between the words of the paragraph that surrounds it. You may see code that uses the align attribute. This changes the alignment of the image when it is displayed. You can use the following values: left, right, top, middle, or bottom. These change the position of the image with respect to the text. HTML5 introduces the figure and figure caption tags. Since most images are associated with a caption, the figure tag captures these and allows us to associate the two. You can have more than one image inside the figure element, but they will need to share the same caption. The fig caption tag is the element created to associate the image with the caption. Professional websites will probably use a graphics editor. There are a number of tools for working with images. Adobe Photoshop is probably the most popular. Some web designers use it exclusively for designing entire sites. GIMP is a free software that also provides a number of features similar to Photoshop. For this class, I'm going to demonstrate RIOT, which stands for Radical Image Optimization Tool. It allows us to do the basics, such as resize as well as reduce file sizes. Here's the RIOT website. Today we are going to include images in our page using HTML. Then we're going to optimize them so our web page loads faster. Okay, here's the website for the RIOT software, Radical Image Optimization Tool. It looks like this. It tells you to download. They have another link if you have a different platform. That's what it looks like. And here's the GIMP website, www.gimp.org. And just click on downloads and download the version right for your computer. Okay, so I'm going to close, minimize that. And so when you download the World of Warcraft fan site kit, it'll come as this zip file, World of Warcraft _fan kit, en for English.us, zip, and it includes all these files: artwork, avatars, game information, and these Word documents. So like if you click the Burning Crusade fact sheet, it tells you a little bit about World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, and this is the license agreement with Blizzard, what you can and can't do with their material. So I already created a folder and copied over some of the things. We're in WoW fan, and so we're going to take a look at that. And so I've made this file so far, and we'll run it to see what it looks like. And so far it looks like this. HTML class Warcraft fan site. We have some links to World of Warcraft, Blizzard, Battle.net, And this is an internal link, so if we click DK Knight icons, it should just go straight to here. Because remember, if we have a link, DK icons, it should go down here, ID DK icons. And so we've added an image here. And that image is right inside of the paragraph. So what we're going to do now is explain this image tag. So we open the image tag, img source, and here's the source of the image in the images folder, then a subfolder, DK icons, and then the actual image itself. And here's an alt tag, which will type in Death Knight icon, and we'll give it a title, which will display as a tooltip. So Death Knight icon number 4. So let's go over here and take a look at that. There's the icon, and let's give this a width and height. So width equals 128, height, oh, what happened? 128. It's still the same size. We can even change this to 48. To 48. Oh wait, this is to be width. And we made it bigger. So that's displaying a small image larger. We can even make that smaller, say 48. And so we changed that larger image smaller, but we'll leave it at 128 for now. And Blizzard really made it nice for us with their icons. So here I'll show you. With images, DK icons, we see that there's same picture in different sizes. So they named it according to the pixel size. So you have the same icon in different sizes, which is pretty good. So you have 48 pixels, 64 pixels, 80 pixels, 100 pixels, and 128 pixels. If I click the properties there, you can see this one, this picture here is 6 kilobytes. This one down here is 28 kilobytes. Now let's see. Let's start using the align tab. Align attribute. So let's say align bottom. We'll hit save and see how that affects the image. So now the text is aligned to the bottom. Now let's change the image to align to the right. So the image should move to the right. And there it has moved to the right. If we want to force it to stay on the left side, there it stays to the left side and the text aligns up here. So align to the top. Looks pretty similar. Align to the middle. Now the text aligns to the middle. And the bottom. Now the text aligns down here. Now if we add another image, 5 and 6. Let's see how that looks now. Close those. Save, and there's our other images. So we're going to align this one. Bottom. So you can see they moved like this. So let's add a little more text. We'll add some text to the beginning of the paragraph. We'll add some text after this image and some more after this image. And let's see how that looks. So here, our first image, we asked it to align to the bottom. So the text aligned to the bottom of the image. And for our next image, we asked it to align in the middle. So the text we added, align to align to the middle of the image. The next one, align bottom. So this text aligned to the bottom of the image, as we expected it. Let's move this, change the first one to the right. This one should move to the right. Now this moved to the right, and things refloat around it. So you can play around with these and see what makes a good fit. Next, we're going to look at putting images inside a list. So here, I put these images in a list. And here I'm going to show this one, 048. Again, so see how it's blurry? So that's a small image made bigger. We told it to be a width of 128, but this was Blizzard's 48 pixel image. So we can see how it became rather blurry when you made it bigger. And this last one here, we see that it's Blizzard's 128 pixel, but we made it just 26, so it looks really small. But remember, these didn't change the file size of the image, just how it's displayed. And so let's move on. So this is the figure, how to use the figure tag. So we have the figure, we have two images, and the figure caption, fig caption. And these are wrap icons. So this surrounds, so this caption is associated with these two images. And we also made these rather small. Now if we look back up here at this image, now it's in place. That's how it's going to look in our article. Let's just say for some reason we had a typo or the image is gone. Now when we look over here, we see that the image is broken, but that's the alt text we gave it. Deathlight icon, broken image, probably too long. Icon, broken image. See, it displays the alt text. And the title should still display as a tooltip, Deathlight icon 4. Now let's scroll down and look. Here. Okay, now let's optimize some images. So we're going to open up Riot, and we're going to grab some of our big images. So let's look at number 6. Number 6 is 26 kilobytes. It's this Riot says it'll convert it to 4.69. So we'll hit save there. It says, do you want to replace it? Yes. And so now we'll take a look. And indeed, it did become 4.6. What's that? It says 4.68. That's good. Let's look at this one. Files, properties, 30.4 kilobytes. Let's put that into Riot. And this time we're gonna resize this image. We don't want it to be 128, we want it to actually be 200. And with aspect, we want to keep the aspect ratio. We're gonna hit OK. So it's gonna make it larger, but at the same time, it's gonna make it a smaller file size. So from 30, it'll become 10. Let's just confirm. Files, properties, 30.4. Okay, let's hit save. Do you want to replace the file? Yes. All right, let's take a look. Files, properties, and indeed it did become smaller, 10.4. So let's take a look at these and how they look. So we're going to add paragraph. Let's add our images. img src equals images dk icons. Why is it doing that now? And let's see, we modified number 6 and number 7. tar 06128.jpg. Let's give it a height. We know we changed it to 200 and width 200. Alt text, Riot, modify, mod, and let's give it a title. title equals right modified image from 128 pixels to 200 pixels. I gave it a really long title. Save that and take a look at our page. So we should scroll down, and there it is. We should see a really big tooltip. Yeah. Now, these can be anything you want. So if we wanted to change this one to 100 and this one to 300, so it has a height of 100 and a width of 300, let's take a look at it now. Here we see it's out of proportion and looks kind of squished. We can even do the opposite. And now, what did I put? Oh, I should change this one. There, squeezed together. So width and height just tells the browser how to image. Doesn't change the file size, just its display. Alt is the text that appears when the image is broken or the web browser can't find the image. So I just changed the name here. Of course it won't find it. And we see the text there, alt text, and title will display as a tooltip. And let's recap. So image source, where your image is, the height and width is just for display. When images aren't able to be displayed, if they're not found, is typed wrong, or let's say the client just doesn't want to see images, this alt usually will display, and the title will display as a tooltip to the user. We've got our figure and fig caption that groups images together. You can change this to 206 to see how that looks. These are ramp icons. Duplicate the line. And they all stay nice and together. So I think this looks pretty good.